This car in Greenville is broken. Well, sort of. Hey guys, Blubber here. Welcome back to the channel. Before we hop into this video, please make sure to like button and subscribe, and let's get right into it. Ready guys? And today we're talking about the infamous Mazda RX-8, of course. And unfortunately, this car, including both generations, both the pre-refresh and the refresh model as I'm driving here, are actually kind of broken in Greenville. And if you're wondering what I mean, let's hop right into that. But before I quickly show you what I actually mean, I want you to really quick take a look at this car and guess what kind of Game Pass this thing is under. If you were to guess no Game Pass or sports car, I am right there with you. But surprisingly, this thing, along with the other RX-8, are actually under the luxury Game Pass, which is really confusing and misleading. So yeah, as you guys can see here, I am in the dealership, and as you can see, the 2012 RX-8 is labeled as luxury, which is pretty confusing because if you guys know, the Mazda RX-8 is actually a sports car, and Mazda is not a luxury brand. And if you look at the 2008 RX-8, it's labeled as gas, and last time I checked, there is no gas Game Pass at all. But if you look at the Mazda RX-7 here, the 2002 model, it is under the Sports Game Pass, which is a lot more fitting, and the 1995 RX-7 actually doesn't have a Game Pass at all for its base trim, which is what the RX-8s should obviously be doing as well, because if you guys don't know, the RX-8 is actually inferior to the RX-7 when it comes to performance. And yeah, on this whole older RX-8 thing, there's actually a trim for zero emissions, but then the rest of these trims here are all luxury trims, which is really confusing because this is a $12,000, oh, sorry, that's the zero emissions one, but this is a $13,000 car, and it is being labeled as a luxury car. And as you can see here, this thing has like base model rims. It's like full on as low as you can go when it comes to a Mazda RX-8. Now, a lot of you guys are probably like, Blubber, why don't you just tell the devs or something about this issue? And matter of fact, I actually have informed developers of this issue, and it has not been fixed yet, even the glitch of this supposed gas Game Pass existing. Now, normally I wouldn't be too annoyed or upset about this kind of thing, but the Mazda RX-8 is one of the few remaining real cars in Greenville that is not a fictional. So yeah, this right here, the beautiful Mazda RX-8, is one of the last, very last remaining cars in Greenville that is not a fictional. And, you know, for that to be stuck behind a paywall, never mind a paywall it should not be behind to begin with, is kind of misleading, and honestly, it's kind of upsetting too. So I'm really hoping, you know, doing this video and stuff, we can hopefully report this hopeful oversight. I'm really crossing my fingers when I say this is an oversight, because I'd be pretty shocked if they were trying to actually say this thing is supposed to be under the luxury Game Pass. And the funniest part, when you actually go into the dealership and you click the luxury pass for like filtering your cars, you will not even find the 2008 Mazda RX-8, which is really funny considering all of its trims except for one is locked behind the luxury Game Pass, with the other one being locked behind the zero emissions Game Pass. And if you look around here, as you can see, we have a lot more luxury brands than the random Mazda thrown in. Now, this isn't to like shade Mazda or anything, but like we have, you know, we have brands like Volvo, Rolls-Royce, we have a Ford Raptor here. We also have like a Fisker Karma, we have an Aston Martin, a Porsche, and a Mercedes-Benz, a Volkswagen. I'm not too sure about that Volkswagen being included in there. But like what I'm saying is this car is under a Game Pass. It's being filtered in with all these cars where it really doesn't fit in. And the best part about these cars is that they are actually really fun, good cars that are really speedy. These things are sleepers. I know this trim doesn't really look like a sleeper, but this thing is $25,000. And it is pretty fast, and also you can force this thing to drift. So yeah, if you guys don't know, the RX-8s are actually phenomenal drift cars, and they are unfortunately locked behind a very dumb Game Pass that is not fitting at all. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know how you guys feel about this down below in the comments, and let me know if you think the devs should change this. I personally think the devs should absolutely change this, even if it's something that's just thrown into like changelogs or something like that, because, you know, we're getting down to the point in Greenville where like we really only have like Mazda, Ford, Porsche, and like that off the top of my head, like that's all I can really think of. But anyways, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Again, please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and let me know if you guys think the devs will eventually change this over to being allowed for everyone. I am personally, again, I'm restating this for like probably like my 5th or 7th time by now. I am very hopeful that the devs are able to make this change, because again, it's super confusing, and I feel like it's really misleading as well.